It's snowing and cold, and I'm headed to Guatemala. It's not just me. We are loaded to the gills. Can you say hi?
Hi.
We're loaded up, ready to head to the airport. Stay tuned. We're here in Tapachula. It is 70, probably 75, 80 degrees and sunny. Love this weather. Very, very small airport. This airport is very small. That picture that's in there is the size of the airport. It basically only holds like 2 or 3 airplanes, and it's a very, very small airport. Guys, we're driving through a banana farm. Blue bags on the trees are actually bananas in those bags. And these guys are laughing at me because I'm calling it a banana farm. I guess it's supposed to be a banana plantation. Whatever. Welcome back to Flint Creek Transport. My name is Justin. It is probably 70 degrees here in Guatemala. I am in Chimaltenango, Guatemala at Nutrianza feed mill. Here's the sign, here's the place. And this is the facility that I was talking about that my family is part of. And I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tour. They have a trucking company, they have a feed mill, and some brokerage. And I'll show you here what's going on. So this is the entrance. This is where all the loads of corn and commodities come in and out of. It's a gated facility. There's the side road coming in. So there's many different avenues of this operation, and first off, we're going to start a little bit with the trucks. I'm with Derek, and he's going to show us, give us a little tour of the truck side. So behind me is the offices, and everything comes in and out of here. Goes across the scales. We'll get over there. But guys, here's Derek. So Derek, can you tell us how long you've been here working in the operation?
Yeah, so the business started back in 2012 here at this feed mill. Before 2012, 2011, we actually retailed feed for another feed mill, but then we wanted to grow, so we found this option. This was actually an abandoned flour mill, but we came in and we converted it to a feed mill, started making some feed. Back then when we started, we would make about, so here we do a lot of like in quintales, which is 100-pound units. We would start out making about 2 batches a day, between 4 and 8 ton a day. Now we're up 10,000 bags, which would be about 100 batches. So we started out doing about 2 batches a day, and now we're doing about 100, 120 batches a day. Each batch is 4 ton, so you can do the figure there. But yeah, it's been growing a lot. So we've been here since 2012.
What is your job here?
So I, right now, I'm in the shop. I look over the shop.
All the trucks?
All the trucks coming in. So we have my brother Carl and I, we look over the shop a lot, but over the trucks, but I'm over the shop more, buying parts and stuff like that. So
do you guys, how many trucks do you guys have in total?
Okay, so trucks, like the semi trucks, we have right around 25.
Okay, and then you have a lot of little box trucks?
Yeah, and then for feed delivery, we have like small box trucks, about 10 or 12 box trucks.
All right, let's go check out the shop. So Derek, I see a lot of different trucks around here. There's some Kenworths over here. There's a Freightliner. Over there's International. what is your guys' truck of choice?
So our truck of choice would be the Kenworth.
Why is it the Kenworth? Why not the International?
So a lot of it's personal choice, personal preference, you would say. The first truck Dad bought was actually a Peterbilt. But yeah, he really liked the the Kenworths and the Peterbilts for looks, durability, and yeah, that's the biggest reason. And another reason we really like the Kenworth is because of the suspension, the 8-bag suspension. We really like that, being we have like a lot of speed bumps going to our farms, bad roads. It's the best suspension. Like the Peterbilt Freightliner suspension, go through 3 times before you go through a suspension on a Kenworth 8-bag suspension.
There you have it, guys. Kenworth, the world's best. So what all do you do to the trucks in the shop? Will you do just basic maintenance? Do you do, is it complete rebuilds? What are the things that you can do here in the shop?
Yeah, so here in our shop, we do a lot of like the preventive maintenance services, it's the regular, and also small repairs, but a lot of like the big engine repairs, rebuilding engines, transmission repairs and stuff. We usually get other shops to do that, and we try to keep this shop just streamlined to keep our preventive maintenance, our services up to date, because our idea is if we keep our services up to date, our repairs will be a lot less. We do some, but mostly we keep it streamlined to just services, preventive maintenance, things like that.
How often do the trucks come in for a service? Like, is it every 5,000 miles? Is it, what's the?
Well, the way we work it here is that we have 2 services. We have a service 1, we call it, and service 2. The service 1 is more like just like a checkup, go over it, look over just different things. But then service 2 is actually where we change the oil, and that we do the service 1 at 6,000 kilometers, like just pretty much a checkup. And then the service 2 is at 12,000 kilometers is when we change the oil. So we right now are changing oil every 12,000 kilometers, that is.
So what is the engine of choice here in Guatemala?
So the engine of choice would be Detroit, the 60 series 12.7 liter Detroit. It's the engine we love.
Do you have any emission motors down here?
No, we don't. We brought some in, some actually Cummins we brought in, but we deleted them all. And if they give us too much problem, like a bad head or something, usually what we do, instead of repairing them, we pull the engine and put in a Detroit.
Why is it Detroit? Why not CAT or why not Cummins?
So the biggest reason would be because the availability of parts for Cummins and for CAT, you can hardly find the parts, and if you do find them, they're way more expensive. And fuel mileage, we seem to get better fuel mileage with the 12.7s here on these roads.
I want to talk to him a little bit about weights. Check out this trailer, and this is a 5-axle rig. Over here they have some tri-axle rigs. So can you tell us, you have some 5-axle rigs, how much weight can you haul on a 5-axle rig, and how much weight can you haul on that 6-axle rig?
Okay, so I don't have it in tons, but like we do the 100-pound units. So with the 6-axle rigs, we can haul, by law, we can haul up to 600 quintales, 600 100-pound bags. That would be 60,000 pounds of product. And now with the 5-axle rigs, by law, we can only haul like a little over 500 pounds. It could be like 52,000 pounds across.
It's about 26 ton.
Yeah, about 26 tons. Yeah.
Interesting. Can you, like, what if you have a 4-axle rig, or, sorry, let me back up. What if you have like a 7 or 8 axle, so instead of a tri-axle on that trailer, let's say you had quad 4 axles, could you haul any more, or?
So by law we could haul more, then we would run into problems with the truck. Because of all the hills, the steep climbs and stuff, we would have to get a different rig, or have lower rear ends and stuff. And
every day these trucks that are running to the port, like the hopper bottoms, yep, what is the elevation change from sea level to here?
Okay, so yeah, they come from the port, so that's at sea level obviously, and they climb up to here. Here where we are, we're about 6,500 feet above sea level. And we do that climb in about 2.5 hours. So it's like straight up pretty much.
That's a lot of hills. So a truck like this single axle, how much weight can he haul?
So with this truck, we can haul about 20,000 pounds.
So all the trucks coming in, they got to scale in, right? They scale in over by the office and they come in through here. They come around and unload or no?
So usually they come into scales, weigh in, and then they wait their turn over there on the asphalt, and then just back into the unloading bay over there. Back here is just like where we fuel up. We have the fuel tank out back here.
One more question. What about tires? What's your, do you have any choice on tires? Where do your tires come from? Do you recap?
Yeah, so right now we're running like China tires. We get about anywhere between around 70,000 kilometers to a tire, and we do recap. Not all of them, but we do recap the ones that have good sidewalls yet. We'll recap them and get some more kilometers, some more life off of them. But yeah, we use China tires, and also like I was telling you, we have a lot of downhills to like our farms where we take our feed, our finished product, and so there's a lot of really steep hills we go down. And so the tires, we have a problem with tires heating up a lot because of all the braking. And so these China tires, we do have some problem with like the tires blowing out because of heat. But yeah, we're averaging about 70,000 kilometers right now, and we're running all China tires because it's like a third of the price of like Continental tires or something. But we're sort of in that process of deciding whether or not we're gonna. We would like to try out some of the brand tires to see if it's really worth it to run all these China tires. We have a lot more movement with China tires.
Sounds like I need to talk to them about Continental and Michelin. So up in New York, we have a lot of rust. You guys have any rust down here?
Zero rust.
Zero rust.
No rust. Just a lot of mud.
A lot of mud? Yeah. You know, and they bring a lot of trucks from the States down. Are there other trucks, like are they all conventional and cab over trucks, or do you have trucks that are imported from other countries other than US?
Yeah, so all of them are, that we have right now are imported from the States. Most of them, like 90% of them, we personally import, buy them in the States, bring them in, and the rest would be ones we buy from importers down here locally, but they would all come from the United States and one or two from Canada.
So here we got a hopper bottom unloading into this pit.
Yep.
What does he got on?
So this is corn.
Corn?
YC2 it would be yellow corn.
How long does it take to unload 30 ton? Like what's in here?
So 30 ton we can load in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes to unload?
Yeah.
So how many different types of trailers do you guys have?
So the trailers we run, like for all the inbound, the corn, the soy, the raw materials we bring in that we use to make feed would be on hopper bottoms. That would all come in on hopper bottoms. This trailer that's coming by right
It's a hopper bottom.
Yep, this
and it would
axle with the two,
unloads out the bottom.
Yep, that's correct. So that's hopper bottoms, and we're also right now in the process of getting a few dump trailers because we have some down closer to the port. We have some flat warehouse storage where we just like store the corn and the soy in flat warehouses, and it's way easier to use dump trailers. So right now we're just in the process of buying 3 or 4 of those trailers. So that's inbound, and then like all the finished product trailers, we would use just regular van trailers, also some flatbeds.
There's a van trailer?
Yep, a van
trailer. Typical van trailer, 48 foot, 53 foot?
So most of them are 48 foot. We have a few 30 foot. I'm not sure if there's any here, but they're super short to get into some of our farms because the entrance is really tight, so we have some shorter trailers. Yeah, most of them are 48 foot. And we also have some like flatbeds that we use depending on, some of our customers prefer flatbed to be able to unload off the sides at the farms. And also we have like the auger trailers. They're actually like the chain bottom.
What's getting unloaded over here?
Yeah, it's the trailer that's getting loaded there.
So this auger trailer, you can see it has different compartments. They're loading it right now. And then the auger, they get to a farm, the auger would rotate out to fill a bin or whatever they want to fill. So you could have several different types of feed in one trailer.
That's correct.
They just have to use those cranks at the bottom.
That's correct. Yep.
Perfect. So how many of these auger trailers do you have?
Right now we have, I think it's 10 or 11, I'm not quite sure.
How about these like little white trucks?
So these little white trucks, the trucks we use to deliver bag feed to our small customers, the customers that buy, you know, 50, 60, 70 bags of feed, small farmers. Yeah, Isuzu hold up really good.
So in the States, our biggest problem in the States with these new trucks is emissions. What is the emission standard in Guatemala?
So here in Guatemala, we don't have to worry about emissions. There's no emission standard yet as of now. There's talk of it coming in, but so far we've not had to deal with that, with emissions at all.
So you have some new trucks ordered, correct?
That's correct.
What kind of trucks do you have coming in?
So the trucks that we have ordered, they're kenworth P880s, but they're built in Mexico. So they're the F98 regulations, so they don't have emissions because they're built in Mexico. They don't have regulations.
So what motor would be in those trucks?
They're the X15, Cummins X15.
The Cummins X15 with no emissions.
With no emissions, that's correct.
Could you sneak a couple to New York for us?
We could try, yeah.
So that's pretty wild. They can get an X15 with no emissions right from Kenworth. The other question is DOT. Like, do you guys have a lot of DOT? Do you have checkpoints they got to go into? Like what we call DOT is Department of Transportation, where they inspect your truck, they pull you off, they inspect it, they measure the brakes, they check all the tires. You know, we have strict requirements, and then if we get a ticket or if there's something wrong, they have to, or they mark it on our record, so we can go on our record and we can see everything that happened in the last year. Do you guys have something like that down here in Guatemala?
No. DOT, we don't have anything exactly like that. We do have some, they call it like weight and dimension regulations, and there is some like scales along the roads where they pull you in, but the only thing they're worried about is weight. And weight distribution is what they look at. Like for example, in our hopper bottoms, like if we have too much weight in the back and not enough in the front, you have to like pay or get people in to move some front. But that's the only thing they look at is weights. And that's not near all the routes. That's mainly between here and the port, since a lot of the stuff coming in, a lot of the stuff we have in Guatemala is imported. The US, China, Mexico, and a lot of it would come through the ports. Now, a lot of the routes we don't even have that. So we're pretty lenient on a lot of those things, but we do have some of those scales we have to pull into. If we're overweight, they'll cause us, they'll give us fines. And if the weight is not distributed correctly, like I just got done saying.
What capacity is your trucking side running at? Are you guys at full capacity? Are you guys running 24 hours a day? Or do these guys go out and do one load a day and they're running just, you know, each truck runs 10 hours a day? Or how does that work?
Okay, so right now, maybe to answer your question, our drivers are at full capacity. So obviously it's not 24 hours, but our drivers are at full capacity. A lot of our drivers would be running, so they start out at 4, like the trip to the port and back. They leave out at 3 in the morning, get back here at about 10 in the morning, and do a second load and get back here at about 5 in the afternoon. So we're talking about 13 hours, 12, 13 hours. That's about all we can get out of them, the drivers. So the trucks are not running full capacity 24 hours. But we just started something 3 months ago where we're putting 2 drivers per truck. So right now we have like 6 trucks that are running like that. We have 2 drivers per truck, and so that's like 24 hours. 24 hours because it's about 12 hours to do 2 runs. So we're getting about 4 runs to the port. That's to the port. Now there's like, you know, delivering to our customers. That varies a lot. So we obviously can't do that scenario with all our trucks. But the run to the port and here, We're starting out with like 4 or 6 trucks right now, between 4 and 6 trucks with the 2-driver setup. And so far, we're really liking it. We're hoping to implement it in a lot more of the trucks.
The next thing we want to talk about is the Guatemala driving accidents and things like that, what they use for cameras. And I'm going to show you guys a little look into Guatemala and the roads. They have a lot of nice trucks. Considering the roads, considering everything down here, it is a totally different country. Down here, they don't really cut people off. People don't have road rage. It's so different than what I'm used to. In New York, you just get a little too close to a vehicle, you know, they're giving you the finger, they're blowing their horn. In Guatemala, it's no problem. You know, there's cycles going in front of you, there's cars passing you on a solid line. It's totally different. Totally different down here. But my question to Derek is, do you guys have dash cams in your trucks? What about accidents? What about if something happens? Do people want money? Do they want to sue you? Things like that. How does that work?
Driving down here, like you said, driving here in Guatemala is a different story than the U.S. We don't have a lot of experience driving in the U.S., but yeah, we do some. Yeah, there's a lot of motorcycles, traffic law, road laws, traffic laws. Not a lot of that. So yeah, we do obviously have problem with accidents. And you asked if we have dash cams. We do. Thanks to Justin's suggestion there.
They seen my video.
Yep. We saw your video there and we really liked it. And so now, as of today, I think pretty much all of our trucks have dash cams. And as far as, you know, when we get into accidents, you know, like you said different times, Justin, a lot of time the big trucks are at fault. Even though they're not, like small cars, put all the blame on the big trucks, you know, it's your fault. So the dash cams have helped us out lots. Just since we've had them in the last 4 months, oh no, we probably had about between 4 and 6 incidents where they've helped us out, you know, where a little car pulled in right in front of us and stopped right in front of the truck. The truck never saw it, plowed into the side of it. In that particular case, the lady was all upset trying to fine us, and we downloaded the video. We could see everything. We sent it to the police looked at it, and it's like obvious. So that helped us a lot. It's like the thing.
So one of the challenges in the States is driver shortage, having a good set of drivers. And I know there's many trucking companies in the States that have hundreds of trucks sitting, waiting on drivers. How is that here in Guatemala? Do you have a driver shortage? How is that in Guatemala?
So you would have asked me this question 2 years ago, I would have said we have too many drivers. There's a list of drivers, you know, waiting to be hired, wanting a job, or wanting a better job, you know, with CDLs ready to drive. But just in the last 2 years, there has been a lot of change, and more it is becoming an issue. Obviously not near as much as it is in the US, but it is becoming an issue. So right now, as of the moment, all our trucks have drivers in them. We have drivers for them, and we would have options, but as the years go on, it's becoming more of a problem.
Why is that? Is that because there are more people leaving Guatemala going to the States to find jobs, or?
That's actually a lot of the problem, or a good part of the problem. So right now, there's about 18 million people, Guatemalans, but actual Guatemalans living in Guatemala, I think there's only like 10 million. So that means we have like 8 million people in the United States. It's unbelievable. So yeah, that would be a lot of the problem. More and more businesses, I guess, more and more demand for drivers. So yeah.
What is the, let's say a good driver? What can a good driver earn here in Guatemala?
So different companies would be set up differently, but the way we're set up, so we pay a rate per kilometer. And so depending obviously how much they drive.
Let's say in a year, what's say for a year?
In a year, well, in a month they would make right around about 10,000 quetzals a month. So it'll be 120,000 quetzals. So it's about $15,000 a year.
Wow. And so in the States, like the minimum usually on a decent driver is like 50 grand.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yep, that's a big difference.
Plus
that's why
benefits.
A lot of people go from here up there, you know.
Just another thing on, like, say, what the drivers can work. Do you guys have like an hours of service, like e-logs, anything like that? Do they have to keep track of their time, like a paper log, or, you know?
So the answer is no, none of that.
They could work 20 hours a day if they wanted.
Yep, it's all, you know, up to us or them, you know. So try to be considerate, obviously, because the more tired they are, you know, the driving, it's a danger. It's a risk we can't take. So we try to be reasonable, you know, no more than about 12, 13 hours a day.
All right, so what is the biggest challenge you face here in the trucking industry in Guatemala? What would you say is like probably the #1 thing for you guys that maybe slows you down or hinders you?
Yeah, okay, so our #1 problem that would slow us down as of the moment is the problem that we don't have parts. Availability of parts is just terrible. So there's a lot of times where, you know, we have a truck that breaks down and we're waiting on a sensor, and go to all our providers here in Guatemala and there's none of those sensors. So we have to order it, wait for it to come from the United States. And so I would say right off, that's probably one of our biggest challenges.
This mill has changed a lot. They put up a new shop. They are in the process of building a warehouse. They changed some of this around. They asphalted everything. They put in this new scales. But before this new scales was here, every single load with these hopper bottoms came in right here. And you see how short this scales is in the ground. It starts about right there and ends here. Every load would come in and they would drop the trailer and they'd have to weigh it and then hook back up and go out again. And they did, you guys did a lot of loads like that every single day.
A lot. So that was from like 2012 to 2020, middle of 2020. So now there was a lot of years. So the way that worked is every trailer that would come in, we'd have to unhook the trailer, you know, put the feet down, unhook the trailer from the truck, and then hook back up. And so, yeah, we went through a lot of landing gear on our truck.
There's so many things, interesting things that are different here in Guatemala. These guys have GPS on their trucks and they track their truck. Why do you guys track your trucks?
So one of the things would be obviously is to be able to know where our trucks are, you know, for the logistic part of things. But another big thing is for robbery. You know, there is cases of trucks that get held up and they steal the truck. Especially if they're loaded, there's a lot of money there. So yeah, we have the GPS on our trucks. We have security team, a guy that's looking over it at all time. And if you see a truck stop at an unusual place, he gets a notification, and he'll let us know. And we call him up and know what's happening. You know, there's sometimes he's just using the bathroom or eating some food. But you know, if it's something unusual, we call them up to see if there's any problem. We also have a panic button inside the trucks, so if something happens to the driver, he knows where it is. It's at a hidden place, and he holds down on that, and his truck shuts off. So that's also in case of a robbery. It shuts off the truck. It totally, truck can't turn it on.
Locks it up.
The GPS company goes on and reactivates it.
So down here in Guatemala at night, you really notice it. But I just want to show you something here that is definitely different than in the States. You can see his lights are blinking. One's red, one's blue. So there's another truck over there. He's got a tinted windshield. It's tinted. Stickers, writing all over it. So a lot of these trucks, the side windows are tinted. Even on their pickups, the side windows are tinted, the front windows are tinted, the windshield's tinted. Like when they pull in, you can't see who's in there. So are there any regulations regarding tint, regarding colors of lights, things like that?
Again, the answer is no. As of the moment, there is no regulations on tint. It's pretty much everybody with their lights.
And a quick shot of Derek's office. He's got it set up right here. Even a couch to sleep on when he gets tired. Thanks a lot, Derek, for taking us on that tour today. A lot of fun.
It was great.
It's definitely interesting to see the differences between US trucks and Guatemala trucks.
It is interesting, and thanks a lot, Justin, for coming. This was really great to have you here.
All right, thank you, Derek.